Hi there, this is Arden Such, and we're at part 3 of fun activities to do with tape, with sticky tape, for young children. Again, this is for ages about 2 or 3 to 5. Some of these activities are applicable for older children. And I will also mention as I start these that some of these activities can certainly be done just with paper and pen or using string, and I just like having lots of options. So if you've been making something like this, your soccer field or hockey field, using just marker, and you feel like doing something different, you can bring out some tape, and the kids really love having something novel, even to press at, like to press it with their fingers or feel the different texture or see it raised. Anything different is good, trust me. So in the sports arena, you can have any kind of a field layout, and you can even use tin foil if you're doing a hockey rink. You can have this small scale like this and get your children to use a penny and a popsicle stick or glue stick to push their penny around or buttons around, or you can have this the full size of your floor and get them to use the lines as cues. So the same thing if you want to have starting lines and finishing lines for a race, you can use tape for that. And if you want to make baseball diamonds, like the base plates, or even the whole outline of your shape, that's a possibility. And when you find you've got some extra tape and nothing to do with it, roll it up, keep it sticky, and all you need is some kind of a ring to make an impromptu basketball game. Another active tape game, and I've done this with string a lot too. It's sort of like an obstacle course. You can find some pictures online. I'll try and get a link in the description. And for this, you would tape string or use your tape and spread it across from one wall to the other. And it's easier if you have a hallway or shelving units close together, because what you can do is make a series of lines across between your two objects, and you can tell your kids that these are lasers and they're spies, or just that they're dangerous. You can make it into an imaginative game, and you'll instruct your children to crawl under the low ones and climb over the low ones and duck under the high ones. And it can be a lot of fun. You can even make it into like a freeze stop start game with some music. Another game which can be very active or a nice way to focus and diffuse energy is to go to a table and use your tape to make a funky little road. This works really, really well, especially if you have a round table. You can draw in the lines or have pieces of tape to represent the lines. You can add little stop signs, or I've made my own, just out of paper, a two-sided sign. One side is stop and the other side is go. And we have one side in red and one side in green, so the kids know when to stop and start, and it's a fun game that way. And you can do this one with music as well, like a freeze game. It's also cool sometimes if you want to add a barrier, put a bridge. You can take a whole strip of paper. We'll find one that's not quite as stiff here. Fold it up like this, and you can put some tape on the edge. This is really great for tunnels to run cars underneath, or to knock balls through like croquet. And it doesn't have to be this long. You could even just cut a narrow strip and put it on. But there's really a lot you can do there. Another direction you can go is arrows. And these are really nice because you can put them on your walls, on your furniture, anywhere, and you don't have to worry about it staining the way a marker might. So I've done this for kinds of treasure hunts, or just to focus children's energy to a specific area, or to give them something fun, just because it's like a mystery. They want to know where it leads. You can put anything at the end. It can be a snack, it could be a toy that'll segue into your next activity. It's really pretty wide open. You can also get your children to step on a piece of paper or on the floor and use tape to make a footprint around. And you might do this again to lead them in a certain direction, or to teach them a fun dance, or just to get them moving. Maybe make a circle of footprints, get them to walk in a circle, and encourage them to stay in the footsteps the second time around. It takes a little bit of time, something like this, but the kids will get into it and they appreciate the effort. You can leave the footprints there for as long as they're enjoying it. There's also card stacking. I'm not going to show you this, and it's generally something I reserve for older kids. But for light objects like cards, you can give your kids a certain amount, maybe 15 or 20, and I usually do about a ruler's length of tape, maybe 30 centimeters. And they have to figure out how to divide it, how to break it up as a group, so that they can, as a group, build the tallest and strongest card tower or object tower. You can also use tape on the floor as snakes and get the kids to run around them and try not to step on them. Or you can do something really simple. I find this nice in smaller gym type areas where you have carpeting, because again, you don't have to worry about staining or a mess or anything. And you can make 2 lines. And this is a game I like to play. It's called The River. And you tell your children, jump into the river. You tell them to jump out. You have them turn around. You might start them at the base, leaving lots of space, like this would go across your floor. So they might start at the base, and you would ask them or tell them to swim across, and they can mime out swimming. It's a really good dramatic activity. Sometimes they'll just roll across and go from one end to the other. You can pretend there's a shark inside and tell them to jump out. And there's so much you can do with just a couple of lines. You might also take 1 line of tape and make a really long line, like 2 meters, 1 or 2 meters long, and try, if you have a very safe and cushioned environment, a kind of a tug of war. And you'll want a stronger sort of tape for this, but something that can break. And you can get your children testing the strength of the tape. And it's a really good one. You can also take, I would say a doll, but any object really, and mummify it. So wrap it up, see if you can get 1 strip to go all the way around an object. You can do this on a paper version as well. So draw it like a paper doll and put tape across. And something I saw recently is where you take a series of paper towel rolls, so the long rolls out of cardboard, and you tape them onto a wall so that you get something like this. And if you've positioned your paper rolls properly, you should be able to roll a marble through them or a ball through them so that they'll slide down. And again, all you need to do is put some strong tape over those rolls. Just gonna have a look and see if we've got most of it. Some of you, if you've got young girls and even young boys, or if you have a doctor set, you might want to use tape as an impromptu band-aid they can use. You can color on the lines for it if you want. Let's make some dots, little circle in the middle. And another thing, this would take up probably most of your floor space, or a large chunk of floor space. I clearly don't know how large your floor is, but you would want a decent size. You can take a large piece of tape, make it into a rectangle, cut it a couple of times, make a couple of little boxes, a couple of lines here, And you can do this part with tape or use a paper plate or draw it onto a large piece of paper. This could all, of course, be drawn. But this makes a really nice, really quick and simple car. And we'll throw in one more thing. This is something I used to like to do with leaves when I was younger. Is you can draw a large scale building, and it'll be like a floor plan. So you could take tape and put it into a square or a rectangle, whatever shape, and have more pieces to designate different rooms. You could even draw in some little furniture there with your tape. So you would ask your child, what should go here? What would you like here? You make sure you put in your door if it's a house or something. You might want to put on some tape windows. And you could just have some fun with it. So that's all I've got here right now on my list. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to hearing some of your ideas as well. Please check out Pinterest and have a look at my other videos if you get a chance. Thanks for watching.